Okay, what do we got going here? Oh, it's the TV. I got too many devices on. There we go. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 10.17.2025. Current time is 0604 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York, southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. This Friday morning, thank God it's Friday. We made it to the weekend, and we are here. And I do have the morning coffee. Let me say that right off the bat here before we get going. And where's that coming in at? Let's see. We got some feedback somewhere here. Let me see where it's at here. Let's see. I think it's on the. It's not on that. Okay, where is that coming from? Oh, it's still on the TV. I didn't turn it down all the way. I think. Rich Roberts, at Fireman Rich here on Rumble, using Rumble Studios. Good morning, all. We have the morning coffee. We made it to Friday, thank God. And the weekend started for me. You working stiffs, you got one more day, 8 hours, and then you can start your weekend. Oh, that coffee's good. But for all intents and purposes, we are here on the weekend, folks. We made it through another week, and I hope everybody had a good week. And uh, what the heck is that? Okay. And we are getting started here this Friday morning for a hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD. And we're off and running on this Friday. And I am had a good day yesterday. Yeah, I had a good day. But Rich Roberts, at Fireman Rich here on Rumble, at Fireman Rich over there on X, as well as on some other, well, on you can find me on other fine social media platforms. Just Google at Fireman Rich, and in the chat right off the bat we have our Jersey girl Tina. Good morning. Good morning to you. And the missus says good morning, and we have Tony D in the chat there coming in on YouTube. Good morning, Tony, from the missus, as far as that goes. And as a Rumble, salute to you, my brother veteran, my good friend and fellow broadcaster. Hashtag PSTTD. I got to look at that sometimes. And it's saying good morning to Mrs. Mrs. says good morning to you. Thank you very much. Tony saying hi to Tina. And Tina says, I got to get my coffee. Go get your coffee, girl. I got my coffee, and it's tasting mighty fine on this Friday. Tina saying good morning, Tony. And Tony's just laughing his ass off. And good to have you both here. Those for those folks that are listening on the or listening on the Spotify. We are on Spotify. We repurpose this over on Spotify. Yeah, Fireman Rich on Spotify. I gotta say that too. But Tony's laughing there. For the people that just we have an active chat here. And Tina says good morning. She said good morning, Tina. I said good morning for you. And as far as that goes, and uh, and just looking at something here to get freaking like a dog. What, a squirrel? Squirrel. But we are getting our day started. We're sort of semi on time. Little after 6 that we get started here, so that's good. That's a good thing. That's a good way to start. And but for those people that are watching and listening or watching on the various networks here, the network of 7 channels that we have, and we got 4 people on Rumble. Hey, let's get that up to 10. We need to get that up to 10. I found something out, and but for those folks, we've got an active chat. And Tina, our Jersey girl, and Tony D there, who's down there in Warner Robins, Georgia. They're regulars here as far as that goes, and they're in the chat, and I do appreciate that as far as your presence. Now to the number 4. Wednesday's broadcast, we're talking about the read ad campaigns for Rumble. Tony, you have to have 10 people on Rumble as far as that goes. There has to be 10 people on Rumble itself. It's not the cumulative. That's just I found that in the terms of it's always been there. I guess I overlooked it. I just assume it was a total. You have to have 10 on that number right there. We have 4. We need 6 more to do a read ad campaign. So I'm stressing the point. If you have a second device, put me on Rumble. Okay, get me up to 10, and then we'll have a read ad campaign. So and you remember, yeah. I went. Uh, Captain Rehab, he poked me enough to where I went back and reread it, and that's why there's no numerical value in that picture that I posted up of the backstage here. And let me see if I can bring that up. Let's see. Hang on for a minute. I got to go to Rumble Studios there, and then the question mark, and where is it? It's right. It's under the recording. It doesn't matter if you embed. That's for RTMP. Okay, here while streaming. Let me bring this up. And Rumble, I apologize for getting on your case. I should have been more astute in reading the thing there. And yeah, get another device, y'all. Get me on. Watch me on Rumble. Oh, we got 6 people up there. I got 5, but I'm showing. Okay, we're at 5. We got 5 people. You got a second device, and you know somebody. Follow me on Rumble, or put the broadcast on Rumble. That's how we got to do it, and stuff like that. I'm seeing 6 now. Yeah, we're floating between 5 and 6, so we need 5 more to hopefully get one. So, but let me present this so I can show it in full color here, even though it's black and white. Yeah, it's black and white, folks. That's what it is. It's typically black and white. So there it is. And as you can see right here, this is what I'm talking about. While streaming, when streaming open the campaign, this minimum viewership limit is for Rumble only, not other destinations such as YouTube's. So, what does it say? Campaigns have a minimum, but it says, okay, the minimum is 10. Okay, but the minimum viewership, which is 10, okay, 10 viewers, it has to be there. Yeah. What's that? Oh, you're posting the link to the broadcast on. Thank you, Tony. I'll let that link. That's my link, so I'll let that go. So there's the ruling and stuff like that. So as far as that goes, and it's their playhouse, so or their house, so I got to respect that, and we'll just go with it, and that's no problem. I figured it out. The other thing, just to make sure, while I'm using Rumble, I did read something where an ad blocker may inhibit, even if I had 10. Well, we're up to 6. We're up to 6, folks. And that may inhibit. So I have my ad blocker off when I'm broadcasting now. So I'll probably get all sorts of ads now. So we got a total of 16, but only 6 are from Rumble. So we need to get 4 more people on Rumble. And that's when the little bell goes off here as far as the ad campaign. I'm still not seeing a dollar value. I'm seeing the minimum viewership is 10. That's what it says. I'm on the read campaign tab right now on the backstage here, and it shows minimum of 10. Accepted start is shadowed, but there's no offer as of yet. So maybe that kicks in when we get 10. So we're up to 7. We have 7. We need 3 more Rumble, folks. You Rumble people out there, you know some people else on Rumble. Go ahead and do whatever you're doing there, and tell people this. Let's see. Tina says, "I got this stupid phone. I need to download Rumble. I don't see it." Okay, yeah, it's there on the Google store. as far as that goes. So we solved that mystery. So I'm happy with that. I'm content with that. So if we get to 10, we get to 10. That has to be on Rumble. But in the meantime, we still have one person on local, two people on Twitch. We have 6 people over there on X Live. Thank you, X Live. Greatly appreciate it. I'm not gonna. That's more important to me. But we were talking about it. I was discussing it with Captain Rehab as far as that goes, and he was telling me some other stuff, which he was right, but I was right too, as far as the embed. And there's 2 ways of broadcasting. You can use this way. I'm using the virtual cam on OBS, and I'm using Rumble Studios directly as far as that goes. The Rumble Studios client. There's a Rumble Studio client on the RTMP, but it's different than this one. That one, it's a direct link where I use the stream key and the stream key and URL in OBS, and it goes directly from OBS into Rumble and goes out to 3 platforms: Rumble, YouTube, and Twitch. Those are the 3 I do on the RTMP side of the house. There's 2 ways, okay? And what the difference is, this is 720p. That other way I do the RTMP, I get 1080p, and it looks a lot better when gaming, which we gamed yesterday. We did an hour and a half of Battlefield 6, and I love the product. I love the outcome as far as what the thing, and the game is phenomenal, folks. It's phenomenal. So I may be broadcast. That was a yesterday morning broadcast because I couldn't broadcast last night because of we were watching our CBS shows. Somebody and Mindy's First Marriage, Ghost, Matlock. We were going to go watch Elsbeth, but it was too late, so we went to bed. I'm back. I need to redo my Rumble. Okay, redo your Rumble, Tina. That's okay. Don't hurry. Don't worry about it. You're okay. You're all right. And if we get there, we get there. If we don't, don't worry about it. I appreciate it as far as that goes. So, but we figured that out, and I'm happy with that. As far as there's always a question. I know more about Rumble now than I ever have as far as researching this because it got me into went down some other avenues of I didn't know about that Rumble. So I'm I like Rumble even more so. Rumble is great. Rumble rocks. And yeah, that's okay. It's okay, Tina. Don't worry about it. Okay, you can get it next time and stuff like that. But I'm going to try and promote Rumble. Give me a follow, and if you got a second device, put it on Rumble during the broadcast so we can do some read ad campaigns. I get a few pennies for it, but they're fun. They're fun and stuff like that. So it's an aspect within Rumble that other platforms like Twitch, YouTube, even Restream, StreamYards, they don't have that in there. Okay, so but Rumble, they let you monetize as far as that goes. And I had a check cut when we were first doing the read ad campaign. That got me over the top, and since then it's not all been that great, but it's interesting. Another interesting aspect. I got an email yesterday from YouTube, and they asked me to resubmit for partner. So they're looking at me at partner, and then I've looked at how many hours I have. Is like I'm like I think it might be a self-generated email, but you have to have over 1,000 viewers, and you're supposed to have 4,000 combined hours of viewing. And I didn't think I had that much, but when I looked, it's like I'm like 200 shy of that 4,000. So they might be considering me for partner now. I think there's if you do a whole bunch of shorts. I don't like doing the shorts that much. So all these extra broadcasts that I'm doing, I guess, are paying off to where I could be a YouTube partner. But then I heard they're thinking about lowering their requirement too. So it might be easier. It might be an indication. It might be easier to get partner. But I did get an email from YouTube yesterday asking me to go ahead and resubmit. So I resubmitted. There was a couple side things I had to do before I resubmitted, so I got those in line. And as far as you got to have an AdSense account, and if you're on Google, you have AdSense. It's part of the Google suite of things. So, and I had to change that around because I remember using AdSense when I first started doing blogging, and I ended up getting $100 on the blogging years back. And they asked me, I didn't do had PayPal back then, so they sent me a check. I had to do it at the local bank, and they looking at this check like, who the hell's this? I says, it's a check. So that was oh god, that was over 10 years ago. So you can monetize on these platforms. I know that firsthand and stuff. So I had to get that rearranged where I don't want to get a check. I want to, if I get anything from YouTube, they can go ahead and dump it in my PayPal as far as that goes. And it enables me to buy things such as Battlefield 6. That game was bought by the money that the affiliate money that I acquired from on Twitch. I get a check from Twitch about once every 6 months, 5 or 6 months, I think. And there's even a couple people that are paying for subscriptions. I mean, I've had some people bought like 10 subscriptions and to divvy out to other people. I think Captain Rehab was the recipient of one of those from I think Wingnut. He ended up he didn't have to do that either. But that's an interesting aspect. I think some people online do that because they want to get that little top badge, and I think he's my top subscriber as far as that goes. And I think I have one active subscriber. I'm small stuff. But it's interesting. It enables me to look at the different aspects behind the scenes, and so I'm pretty excited about to see where that goes. And if I don't get YouTube partner, I'm not going to worry about it because I'll just work that much harder to get up to that 4,000 and stuff, the required hours and stuff like. I didn't realize I had that many because last time I looked, I was under 1,000. So over this last year, all the extra. Doing this broadcast 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, as well as the gaming. I'm doing more gaming now. I'm bringing online Let's Talk America. There may be one tonight or tomorrow, maybe, of Let's Talk America. I got to update my outline on that and stuff like that. Because let's face it, there's some things going on that people are pissed off about and stuff like that. But, I have to ask, can you really do anything about it than complain about it? If you say something, what's the solution? And the biggest problem we have right now, the U.S. government shut down, and as far as that goes, and people are going off on tangents on what that means. And I posted something last night on X that it sort of says it in a nutshell. People got to understand, given all the programs as far as this, helping these people, those are separate to the current situation that we have. We lost track and focus of what this is actually represents. The and I'm going to get on my soapbox a little bit here because I want to the way I'm looking at it and my view, and I think it's people are saying, well, it's all about Medicare. No, it's not. The current bill. It's called a clean continual resolution. They've had a number of these, more on the Democratic side than the Republican side. Okay, so and what this is a it's passed the House, it's in the Senate, and it's stagnated in the Senate because they don't want to. There's Democrats that they want to add something to it. Well, if you add something to it, it's not a clean bill. Right, a lot of wasted. Well, it's not a waste of money. It's just they want to add something that's never been added to before. And what it is, last night I posted this, as far as that goes, to clarify that anybody saying other than this it's about Medicare and stuff. No, the Democrats want more money. That's what it comes down to. They're good at spending money. We've seen that over the years. Okay, that's why we have a bigger deficit. If you were to look at the money the Democrats spend and the Republicans, is more than the Democrats. And I'm not buying it to the Democrats. And what it is, they call this the Schumer shutdown. And I voted for Schumer, but I'm really pissed off at him as far as that goes. And what that entails is this. This is what I posted last night. And what it is, there's been 10 clean Continual resolution that means to make the government go on. So these people that are losing money, it's not because of the Republicans, it's because the Democrats. The Democrats have voted for this in the past. We've had since September 30th 10 resolutions in the Senate, and you can see the Republicans, along with some Democrats, a few Democrats, John Fetterman being one of them, they have checked off, hey, we want this, we want that. It's the Democrats that are stalling this. And why? Because Schumer's scared that he's going to get primaried by AOC, which is another kook on the Democratic side. So I'm full disclosure. I'm a Republican conservative. Okay, I'm in the middle. Okay, I can agree and talk with Democrats such as John Fetterman. There's some other people out there too. But Mr. Schumer, you're an idiot as far as I'm concerned. You're the one that's holding it. You know, he says it's great news every day. It's good for us. Yeah, it's good for the Democrats. That's the us. It's not good for the people. All they have to do is vote for it, and the people that are not going to get paid and stuff like that, they're going to get paid. All the other stuff about the health care and stuff like that's a separate bill. That's why this is a clean, continual resolution. They've been doing this for years, folks. So this is the nut of the shutdown. The government does not have to be shut down if 4 or 5 more Democrats vote for this clean resolution. They need 60 votes in the Senate. Okay, they have I think 55 or 56. Okay. So this is a cartoon showing a picture's 1,000 words as far as explaining the what is actually going on with this shutdown. It's because of this right here. We don't have a working bill. This you can discuss, because I don't debate, even though I don't believe in adding any additional funding for Medicare for illegal immigrants, and that's what they are. If you cross the border illegal, as far as that goes, anybody can say, "Hey, I'm here for political assignment." No, that doesn't wash. Other countries are having major problems. We voted for this president. He was elected. He's everybody's president, whether you like it or not. So I just like to get that off my chest as far as that goes. So clean resolution, that's what we need to be fighting for right now. And then we could talk about and discuss the other things as far as Medicare for American citizens. Okay? The United States of America is a generous country. And also in this bill that they want to add to this the Democrats, there's stuff they want to use waste. They want these things that Doge dug up. There's 3 or 4 additions to this bill from the Democrats. They want to give money to other countries again. This is just a bill to keep the government running. So don't add any more crap to it, Democrats. I'm not buying their crap. I'm calling them out as far as that goes. I'm not afraid to say that now. Okay. I wasn't afraid of that before, but I was trying to be respectful as far as I could really call out President Biden, stuff like that. Do nothing. This president has done more in the 7, 8 months that he's been in office right now than the whole 4 years of President Biden, I feel sorry for President Biden because he probably didn't know what was going on. His administration and his family, let him go through that. And he's going to go down in history as the worst president, the worst Democratic president. Okay. And, you look at what his vice president's doing now. She's claiming she was the most qualified ever. Are you serious? She said ever. So that means all presidents, including Barack Obama. Give me a effing break. So again, we need to pass this clean continual resolution to get the government going and to pay the other people that work for the federal government. This has nothing to do with the Democrats. They want to scare you, and they're doing the old same playbook. So for those folks, that's my take on it, and that's where I stand. So I'm not afraid to say that what the actual truth is. There's the truth right up there. There's been 10 bills that they voted on since September 30th, the last couple of weeks, and the Democrats have voted it down every time. The Democrats they own this shutdown. It's Schumer's shutdown. Schumer has passed all these other past clean resolutions when the Republicans saying, hey, we can't hold the government at hostage. He's a hypocrite. So I'm just calling it out. And the AOC, she's an idiot too. Okay, moving on. I wanted to get that out of my system. I got it out of my system. There we go. So cartoon is, a picture is for all those stupid Democrats out there that don't realize, they don't want you to know what the real problem is. The shutdown of the government is because they don't want to pass the Continuous Clean Act. What's that called again? The Clean Continue Resolution that continues the government to go on as normal and not add any other crap gobbledygook to it. Okay, you could do that once the government starts working and stuff like that. You can't add it on to that. That's ridiculous. It's common sense, common freaking sense. And those people that have Trump derangement syndrome, I'm done with you. It's like, I'm done with you. You're just a big laughing stock to me as far as that goes. So I'll just leave it at that. Okay, let's move on to our regular schedule show as far as that goes. What do we got here? Cancel. We don't want that. I felt I had to bring that up as far as that goes because we're in the second week or something like that, going into the third week of this shutdown. And this is where, and we've had, this isn't the longest shutdown. We've had two other shutdowns that were caused, I guess you could say they were caused by Republicans and stuff like that. But this is where government is broken on both sides, both the Republican, Democrat. Well, the Republicans, they're passing it. Everybody is saying, yes, let's keep the government open and stuff. It's the Democrats that are saying no, 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 10 times. So don't give me this crap that the Republicans are at fault. The basic thing is keep the government going and then go back in the halls of Congress and then hash it out for this Medicare. Don't lump it in there. That's holding this country as a hostage. Think about it. It's plain and simple. It's a clean resolution act. What is it called? Resolution. Clean continual resolution, a CCR. It's a CCR. That's simple. That they made it so simple to keep it going. And in the past, since Obama, they've been using this, both the Democrats and now it's the Democrats that want to hold it up. So it's on the Democrats, okay? Not John Fetterman. John Fetterman, he wants the government running and stuff. He's a true Democrat. These people like AOC and Bernie Sanders. Yeah, Bernie Sanders really for the people. He's got 3 freaking houses. Give me a break. Okay. And we just lost we only have 4 people on Rumble now. I'll be talking more about this on, and that's a taste of what I will be talking about on Hello America. I should call it Wake Up America because, I've been vocal before. I try to be respectful and stuff like that, but you got some people on the Democratic side, such as Mr. Schumer, AOC, even the former vice president, talking some crap that I'm using Hello America as my platform to go ahead and set how I look at it as an American. I pay taxes and stuff like that, and I've served this country. So what I say to me matters. You may not agree with it. Well, that's fine. I can respect that. Just like there's a lot of Democrats I don't agree with either, and stuff like that. But I'm not one that's shy to call out what the real reason is. Everybody has their opinion, but when what's the problem? The problem is the government's closed. What's the solution? Pass the CCR. Plain and simple. Then the government's running. Then they can start talking and do keep it separate bills. It's when you start adding all this gobbledygook into a bill, that's when it complicates things. And the Democrats are complicating things. Okay, I'm moving on here. Okay, let's see what we got here. So that was on my X at Fireman Rich on X. I like those political cartoons because they explain things in its simplest terms as far as that goes, as far as using it in a present thing. So, all right, let's see. What do we got here? Our current temperature is it's 32 degrees Fahrenheit, folks. 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's sort of cold. That's sort of um, you know, at 0 degrees Celsius as far as that goes. Let's see, where is this? Right here. Let me bring up my weather here. Um, let's see. But yeah, it's 32 degrees out. It's cold. It looks like it was a clear sky last night when I went to bed. So, well, we're going to have again some sun and clouds mixed. High 59 degrees Fahrenheit here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York. Winds north by northwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Okay, that's a lot less than 10 to 20. It was windy yesterday, but we have sun and clouds all day. This week, the lawn doesn't need mowing. I don't need to mow the lawn. So, as far as that goes. Can you see? Yes, I can see it. I'm getting to the weather right now, Tina. I'm getting to the weather. I see it both. It's in the comments. I just went off on my thing there a little bit. Okay. It just, if you have a problem, what's the solution? It's easy to bitch and moan about things and stuff like that. But what's the solution? Okay. Pass this bill. That's all. And I'm keeping this very specific. Don't give me this other crap. I'm not even reckoning. Pass the CCR. The government opens, those folks that aren't getting a paycheck, and we all know people that aren't getting a paycheck. Okay. And I've talked to people, and yeah, they agree. We need to pass it. It's like, and then work on it because Congress is going to be at odds on other things to begin with. So, and this country is great. God bless her. God bless America. So we're going to have some partly cloudy day for the most part, and but mostly sunny. And let's see. Let's get this up here. Sun will be rising this morning at 7:21, which is in about 7:21. So that's in about let's see. We got 15, 16, 18, 19 and 21 minutes. It's 30, 40 minutes. In about 40 minutes, the sun will be rising. It's dark out, as you can see right now. And and the sun will be setting. Let's see, that's rising at 7:21 in 40 minutes and setting at quick. We lost another minute. It was 6:23 yesterday. Now it's sun will be setting at 6:22 p.m. here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York. Our world times and temperatures as I speak: in Honolulu, Hawaii at 12:37 a.m. Cloudy skies, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona at 3:37 a.m. in the morning. Clear skies in Phoenix, 57 degrees Fahrenheit there in Phoenix. In the windy city of Chicago, 5:37 a.m. Cloudy skies in Chicago, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. In the concrete jungle of New York City at 6:37 a.m. Clear skies in New York, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's see, I got to find Tina. Tina got her weather. Where is it? Let's see. Where's Tina's weather here? Did you put it in, Tina? Oh, there it is. In central New Jersey, where Tina's at, it'll be 64 for the high, 41 for the low, sunny and sunny in New Jersey. So they're going to have some sun down there. And then down in Warner Robins, Georgia, you have Tony saying that 55 degrees Fahrenheit currently there in Warner Robins, Georgia, where he is at. 80 for the high. Okay, going to be warm down there. 54 for the low and clear. So thank you both, Tina and Tony. And Tim Fan 40, yo, hey, what's going on? Long time no see. How you doing, my friend? And let's see, been busy trying to find a new job. Oh, you're not in the contracting business. You quit. Was that was that your brother's? You know, let's see. You only been getting 20 hours a week, so can't keep doing. Oh, I see what we're doing. Okay, yeah. You gotta. Okay, you could probably you got to find a main job and maybe use that as your. Okay, yeah. Contractor work is pretty. Plus, during the winter months, it gets a little laxing and stuff like that. So, let's see. Something's going on with our Surface 3 here. So, but good to see you nonetheless. I hope you're doing good otherwise. And you're over there on the YouTube. Thank you for being here. Going across the pond as we continue and Tina saying good morning to you, Tim, on Twitch. So there it is on the comments there. Thank you, Tina. Continuing our world times and temperatures as I speak. Going across the pond to London, England at 11:40 a.m. Cloudy skies in London, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italia, mangia. It's lunchtime in Milan at 12:40 p.m. Sunny and clear, and 63 degrees Fahrenheit. And skipping over to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia at 6:40 p.m. in their early evening. Cloudy skies, passing clouds and it's sunny. It's clear, sunny and clear, but also passing clouds. 84 degrees Fahrenheit, and in Tokyo, Japan, at 7:40 p.m. in their evening, clear skies in Tokyo, 66 degrees Fahrenheit, and down under on the great continent and great country of Australia, in Melbourne at 9:40 p.m. Cloudy skies, a little clearing, 55 degrees Fahrenheit, and Sydney to the east at 9:40. Sydney, Australia, cloudy skies, 64 degrees Fahrenheit, and those are world times and temperatures as I speak. Tim Fan 40 saying good morning to Tina, and let's see. Tim says, yeah, it's because my boss, uncle. Oh, it's your uncle. That's right. Rather drink instead of getting work. Okay. He's one of those bosses, huh? Okay. Or else have you find the work or something like that. So okay, we're gonna move on to our national day. We had some crap national days. I didn't even pick one. I just read them off on the audio podcast yesterday, the Fireman Rich audio podcast over on Spotify. But for the national day, we have National Edge Day. I have no idea. And Tim says, right. Yeah, I know what those bosses are like. They like sitting at the bar stool. They like to manage at the bar stool. Let's see. We have, why is this acting up? We have national, they have one there. I'm not even going to say that one. That's ridiculous. It has, and he said, yes, sir. Yeah. No, I know. I know the life of a contractor from the people. I have facilitated a lot of contractors when I worked at the day job before I retired 2.5 years ago. And I still remember talking with quite a few, some good contractors. Actually, some of the contractors, they came in. They worked for the place that did a lot of carpeting and flooring and stuff like that. They came and did my kitchen floor. But they would tell me during the winter months, fall and winter, that's when the jobs start going. They're not that much, and they would tell me some of their bosses were really they got them work throughout the winter and stuff like that. So that's a caring boss. As far as that goes, when we had the roof done, that was done in December. And it was basically, I got a good rate on it, but it was to keep their guys working through the winter, as far as that goes.
Betty's so far away, we got enough work to keep him busy for a while.
What's that?
Too many live so far away. We got enough work
I could hire you probably. We got we're looking at putting in a new cabinet there for the kitchen and in the kitchen for the sink.
Back porch, front porch.
Yeah, backport. Yeah, we got a few things, even though it's fairly new. But anyway, enough of that. Yeah, yeah. I just it's too early. That's let's see. We have National Mulligan Day. I guess that's where you get a score off of your golf. It's a golf thing. We have National Mammogram Day. National Mammogram. That's important to women as far as for cancer, the fight of cancer. And I did see something. Well, I actually heard something which I thought was ridiculous. There's some people out there that think that there's a cure for cancer in Cuba, and it's like that's another thing. Common sense, folks. There isn't a cure for cancer, or else that would be worldwide news. Think about it. Anybody that's saying that there's a cure for cancer, they're full of shit. And I'll call it out because I'm a cancer survivor. Okay, I keep up on it. I've had cancer, prostate cancer, and up here I had a chunk of my side of my head taken out because of skin cancer. So it really pisses me off when I hear people talk about like they know what they're talking about. There's some vaccines that came out of Cuba, and as far as that goes, there's no cure for cancer yet, as of yet. There's some cures as far as for different some minor cancer, but the majority of cancer, they're doing a fight, they're containing it and stuff like that. But to actually say there's a cure for cancer, we're still working on cure. There's solutions as far as to mitigate it, but they're as of now, and but I just heard this that somebody said that there's a cure. Cuba has a cure for cancer. I said bullshit. Cuba? You're going to compare Cuba to the United States health? We have our problems with health. The healthcare is good because there's people worldwide that come here because they don't want to wait in line for their social medicine and stuff like that. Not to say social medicine isn't bad, but it's what your country is offering and stuff like that. But I know firsthand that the health, medical health that's provided here for U.S. citizens is second to none. Okay, and that's just my opinion as far as that goes. Um, let's see. Tim Fan saying, yeah, tons of work, just Uncle won't get them. Yeah, he's got to get off his dead ass as far as to get work. You can tell him I said that. And Tim said, yeah, there's no cure for cancer yet. That would be breaking news worldwide. And there's so many cancers. To say there's a cure for cancer, you're putting that across the board. There's so many different types of cancers. Okay, let's see. I'm sure if they have tons of money, they can. They're spending time. It takes the research. It's not a thing it doesn't. You could have all the money in the world, and they're working on it. It's science. It's medicine. It's more complicated. You can't just say, oh, let's make all this money. You can work towards it. You have to discuss. You have to have people that are working for it, Tim, and that are smart people. And there are smart people. There's been strives towards that, towards a cure. What I'm particularly pertaining to when I hear somebody say, "Yeah, there's they have a cure for cancer." Well, how come everybody in the world that has cancer is not flocking to Cuba? All you have to do is do a Google search to fact check it, and then they say no. They do have vaccines. They're probably experimented vaccines. Okay, so and I don't want to go down that road of experimental vaccines. Okay, let's see. We got National. I'm going to go with this one. National Pasta Day. National Pasta Day is. Uh, is the national day I'm picking because who doesn't like pasta? You got to be careful not to eat too much of it, especially me now. We pasta can really put the pounds on you in a matter of speaking. So let's see if I can get to this. What are we at? Oh, we're right on time here. Let's see. Let me get it up here on this one. National Day today. I find myself going more and more to the PC. And Tina says she loves pasta. Yeah, I love pasta too. Who doesn't? It's great. National Day. Let's see. National Day. On the national calendar, we have National Pasta Day. Let's see what that's all about. And what that is get your forks ready, folks. October 17th is National Pasta Day, a glorious excuse to carbo load and celebrate one of the world's most beloved foods. But why limit the fun to just one day? The entire month of October. Oh, I didn't know this. October is National Pasta Month, along with something else in that. They have like a dozen things for the month already. Giving you 31 days of twirl, slurp, and savoring every delicious shape and sauce imaginable. Hashtag National Pasta Day. While we find noodles all over the world, pasta is a type of noodle. We talked about that before on National Noodle Day. Is a type of noodle of traditional Italian cuisine. The first reference dates back to 1154 in Sicily, and was first attested to in English in 1874. Typically, it is made from unleavened dough of Drummond wheat flour. The flour is mixed with water or egg and forms into a sheet of various shapes. It can then be served fresh or dried or be stored for later use. So there we go. And who doesn't like pasta? Let's see. What do we got here? And Tina says she loves pasta. And Captain Rehab is in the house. Good morning, Captain Rehab. The missus says, good morning, Captain Rehab. Thank you. And Tina says, yummy. I'll have for dinner tonight. Yeah, there we go. I think we had pasta this week a couple times. And Captain Rehab saying good morning to the missus. And the missus says good morning to you, Captain Rehab. And he's saying hi to his Aunt Tina. And he's also saying happy Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. And let's see, sending my daughter a message to make for dinner. There you go. Get your dinner order in now. So today is National Pasta Day. Hashtag. Okay, our thought for the day comes from a gentleman that we've had here most recently here. His name is where is it? Brian Tracy, Canadian American motivated speaker. And self-developing author. He's the author of 80 books that have been translated into dozens of languages. His popular books are Earn What You're Really Worth and Eat That Frog. I'm curious about that. Eat Your Frog. And Tina's saying good morning to Captain Rehab. And his quote and our thought for today goes as follows. Optimism is the one quality more associated with success and happiness than any other. Let me read that again. Optimism is the one quality more associated with success and happiness than any other. Who's ever seen a person that is very optimistic sad? I like being optimistic. Okay, I'm one of those persons, and I'm a happy person because of it, and I think I'm successful. But what did Brian Tracy mean by this? Optimism is the most important quality for achieving both success and happiness. It's one of those qualities. There's a number of qualities, but it's one of the most important ones. An optimist's mind fosters a belief in a positive future. Positive future. Which leads to greater motivation, resilience in facing the challenges, and a more positive outlook ultimately contributes to a more successful and happy life. That's the bottom line. Happy life. So a great quote from Brian Tracy. Thank you, sir. God bless and Godspeed. And let's see. Yes, indeed, optimism. Yes, we need to have more of that. And happiness and success. Not bickering, bitching, and moaning and all this other crap. Okay, we don't want to go down that avenue now. It's too early for it. I feel better. I feel happier getting that out of my system, though. Oh, God bless this country. Let's see. Yesterday Tina's laughing. Yesterday we did have the Fireman Rich audio podcast over there on Spotify for Creators, and we talked about a windmill over there in Britain that's still grinding the wheat and oil, or wheat and corn into flour. And let's see. I do the audio podcast Tuesdays and Thursdays, and next week Wednesday or next Tuesday will be the Mixcloud though, so we won't be doing audio. Every other Tuesday I do the Mixcloud broadcast where I present 8 songs over on Mixcloud. But Tuesdays and Thursdays, for the most part, is the audio podcast on Spotify at Fireman Rich on Spotify, and the oh, what can I say? The article was a very interesting article because it's still using a building that was built in the 1700s. Can you imagine that? And it's still you can buy the flour there um, in the village, and it's Britain's oldest working brick windmill, still spinning after 250 years, grinding grain into flour. And that's over there. It's the oldest brick tower, which sits in the middle of a housing development, and it's more than 250 years old. We talked about this as our positive, interesting article, and I always like bringing a positive, interesting article on the audio podcast. It's about a 30 to 45 minute podcast, audio podcast. The mill is still working. It was a number of years it wasn't working, but it is operational now. It's been fully restored, and I think that's a good thing. It preserves the past as far as showing how things were done, and they can still make a product. And it restored the mill into its former glory 13 years ago. So it's been up and running, and it's very picturesque. So you can check that out over on Spotify, and it's a good article. That's why I have fun on the audio podcast. Okay, we're going to go to 100 years ago. Let's see, we're at we're right on time, 54 minutes. So let's go ahead and bring the ticker tape down. Oh, I got something on the ticker tape. Let's see. Does that come up? Let's see. Post on X, which is Twitter. Have fun. Post are mine. I'm a social media observer, social media enthusiast. That's what I am. And also, okay, it comes in. I updated. I said also. Let's give it a rumble here. Also, follow me on Rumble at Fireman Rich Broadcast. That's what you need to do right there. There we go, folks. That's the add-on. I added that on. I'm being more pro Rumble. There we go. Also, follow me on Rumble, Fireman Rich Broadcast. That's where I have Fireman Rich, but Fireman Rich Broadcast, that's where all the broadcasts go. Okay? Fireman Rich is the main channel, but I don't use that. I use the Fireman Rich Broadcast. So follow me on Fireman Rich Broadcast. And right now we have 4 people on Rumble, 1 person on Local, 1 person on Twitch. Let's see, 6 people on X Live. We forgot to look at Kick. And why do we go on Kick? Just for kicks. We have nobody on Kick as of yet. And over on the Facebook, let's see what we have on the Facebook here. We're live on the Facebook. There we go. And Tony, thank you, Tony, for the links on the Facebook. Appreciate that. And so those are the 2. I don't get any comments on X Live, Facebook Live, and on this thing on X Live. I have X Live right here. It's one of my devices that I have on that I monitor the people on X. Okay, we're going to do 100 years ago. What happened to the okay, now I can get rid of the scroll. Okay, let's get rid of the scroll, and let's go to the young lady there on Fox 40. Full disclosure, I have no affiliation with Fox 40 or any other news agency webpage that we're presenting here on the Friday morning coffee broadcast here on Rumble. I say that just to make it clear. I have no affiliate. I'm just a consumer, and I look at their articles. They have some interesting articles that sort of show you, give you an idea what's happening here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And on Fox 40, they have 100 years ago, as of October 15th. There it is. There's a young lady, and that's as of this Wednesday. And what was the headline news, I guess, going on back then? Let's check it out.
And tonight we continue our segment on sharing some of Broome County's past. The theft of a saxophone lands one teenager in jail. Broome County historian Roger Luther has this story and more in tonight's installment of 100 Years Ago Today, brought to you by UHS.
100 years ago today, people were shocked this morning when a woman appeared for jury duty at Supreme Court in Binghamton. Through some mistake, the woman was summoned for jury duty instead of her husband. Since women aren't eligible for jury duty in New York State, she was sent back home. The cornerstone of the new Endicott Johnson Workers Hospital in the First Ward will be placed at the site on Clinton Street during a ceremony this Sunday. The main address will be given by George F. Johnson, who donated the new hospital. 3 men were arrested in Johnson City yesterday when police raided a craps game near one of the shoe factories. And finally, a 15-year-old boy was arrested yesterday for stealing a saxophone from a car parked at Grant Street and Broad Avenue. And that was the news, October 15th, 1925.
Oh, the great saxophone robbery, folks. The great saxophone robbery. Oh my God, that is funny. That is funny. The great saxophone robbery. Yeah, what's it? 15-year-old boy arrested. Okay. I guess he didn't plan that out well. And then you had 3 men that were arrested. It looks like the shoe factory that they refer to, that was probably the Endicott Johnson shoe. You know, the guys that are working hard, they like to gamble and drink. Okay, they get either intoxicated or, in this case, there's a gambling. That was illegal to do. You know, it wasn't legal to gamble. And then the first one there, where the woman was summoned to jury duty. Now, this is in 1925. Now, women got the right to vote in 1917, but here it is in 1925. They still couldn't sit on a jury. So if you're having a case against a woman, how can you say that's a jury of your peers? There has to be some women on there, right? So I just found that I had to look that up. It was 1917 that the women in the United States were able to obtain. I think it was an amendment to the Constitution there, and but they weren't allowed until later on. And I think it was after World War II they could sit on a jury. I just found that funny here in New York State. You may have been allowed in other states, but this is in New York State. Okay, New York State it's got some funky laws. And then the cornerstone of the new Johnson Works Hospital, what is it? George F. Johnson. I always say this. He was a good man. He was a very rich and wealthy man, but he took care of his community. And what is it? Tina says, lots of laughs, lots of crime. Yeah, lots of crime as far as that, guys. And oh my, yeah, that's something as far as the jury there. I think that's the oh my there, Tina. So yeah, I found that interesting. But the one item there with the Johnson Endicott Johnson Workers Hospital. Now George F. Johnson, he established the Endicott Johnson Corporation, which is Endicott Johnson Shoes, world renowned back in the day. They probably made combat boots for the military for World War I and World War II also, and the Korean War and all that, Vietnam even, because but it's closed down. I guess it was the late 70s, early 80s, Endicott Johnson Shoes. But George F. Johnson, the city of Johnson City is named after him. But he lived in Endicott along with Mr. Watson, the founder of IBM. I always have to throw him there. 2 pillars of their community because they had wealth and they gave it back to their community. And as much as people say that we have billionaires that don't care, there's a lot of billionaires that do donate and millionaires that don't donate money and stuff like that. So that's another thing I get on a soapbox about, people saying, oh, the wealthy need to pay more. If you really look at it, and I have a number of times, they're paying more than their fair share, folks. The math says that. So again, you Democrats are saying that crap. Bernie Sanders, AOC, you're full of crap. They need, and also that guy down in New York City that may become the next mayor, the socialists and stuff. Okay, Tina, see you later. So, but the hospital is no longer there in Endicott. They shut that down years back and stuff like that. There's 2 hospitals in Binghamton, and as far as that goes, and so there we have it. 100 years ago, and a crime wave. They stole the saxophone. Okay, we're at 1 hour. We're going to go ahead and take a break here, because I have to do something. Did we get that? I'm out of coffee. I like doing that. I think that's going to be a Friday thing that we do. But we're going to go ahead and take a little break here, and we'll be right back, and with our broadcast, and get work on the second half. So you guys all just sit tight. We will be right back. And we're back. We are back here for the Friday morning coffee for 10.17.2025. How come I want to say it's 18? Yeah, Friday morning coffee for 10.17.2025 at Rumble. You okay?
No, we're not trying to trip me up.
Oh, okay. At Rumble Video broadcast here. I am Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich over there on X. At Fireman Rich here on Rumble. At Fireman Rich over there on X. And all those other fine social media platforms at Fireman Rich also. Just Google at Fireman Rich and you'll see where I'm at. And good morning, Deplorable. Deplorable's here. Good morning. Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here coming in from Northwest Pennsylvania, across the border from Olean, New York, the home of St. Bonaventure's University of St. Bonaventure is a great university there. And as far as that goes, I've been out there a number of times, and it is a good place. Love the flags. Love the flags. God bless America. God bless America. I slept in. Cats woke me up. Yeah, my cats wake me up at 5 o'clock. Buggy, where is she? Is she in her? Oh, she's out there. The cats are out there.
I don't know where. Oh no, Bug's on my chair.
Oh, she's on the chair sleeping. Okay, so, but she comes up and she gets on my chest and she meows. It's like, it's time to get up and feed us at 5 o'clock. And she's like my alarm clock there. So the cats woke you up. I can relate to that, my friend. I can really relate to that. Okay, we're on the second half here. We got the sports. Let's get to the sports here. As far as baseball, I have not watched any baseball. I'll be honest with you. I just haven't had the time. Did watch some football last night. We'll get to that here in a minute. But as far as the American and National League, it looks like the Brewers, as of today, are 3-0. The Dodgers are 3-0 over the Brewers. So they got a game tonight. It might be all over for the Brewers tonight, and it looks like they're going to get swept by the Dodgers. And over for the Mariners, they tied it up, and they don't have a game until Sunday. So if the Brewers win tonight, they play tonight at 8:30. They got a game tomorrow on Saturday, and then and let's see, the Mariners, either the Mariners or Blue Jays still got to win two more. So it looks like that's going to maybe a 7-game series. So it's definitely going to probably be the Dodgers. And we're talking with Captain Rehab on the Wednesday broadcast that it might be the Mariners. But the Blue Jays, they made a comeback. They won the last two to tie it up. So that's our baseball. Football. Last night we had the Steelers and Bengals. Oh, what a game that was. Oh, my God, especially that fourth quarter. It came down right down to the wire.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
The last 5 or 10 minutes, the score changed like 3 times. And Aaron Rodgers made one last Hail Mary pass that the Bengals won with Flacco. And he's another old man that's playing football still, along with Aaron Rodgers. So it was a good football game. Steelers played a decent game. I think they had a couple turnovers in the first half. I didn't see the first half because we were watching our TV shows. Mindy and Georgie. Yeah, Mindy and Georgie's First Marriage, along with Ghost and Matlock, which is getting really interesting. So, but we do have games coming up this weekend. I do have my picks. I will state my picks as follows. As far as that goes, I'm going to be picking Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, Chicago, Cleveland, New England. Well, Pittsburgh lost last night, so I'm already losing. But Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, Chicago, Cleveland, New England, Kansas City, Philly, Carolina, Denver, LA Chargers, Washington, Green Bay, Atlanta, Detroit, and Seattle. And the two teams that are on a bye week is Buffalo and Baltimore. They both need a bye week. Buffalo's lost their last two. They got to get their act together, or else they got to come back winning games and stuff like that if they want to make it to the playoffs. And Baltimore, they're just really beat up as far as that goes. And let's see, Deplorable. They called it the icy hot bowl. Oh, is that what they call it out there? For I guess they're in the same division. Pittsburgh's still in first place, but um, with Flacco taking over for Burrows, uh, I think they got a quarterback that could probably hold. Flacco, he's a good fill-in. Wherever he's gone, he's contributed as far as that goes. The Steelers game, because they are both old quarterback. Yeah, they're both old but man, they could still play. I tell you, I was pretty impressed. Even Rodgers, he had 4 touchdowns to Flacco's 3. It's just that they were able to get that extra field goal as far as that goes. So that helped him out, and it was a good football game starting the 7th week of football. So and it was a great game. Yeah, I thought it was a great game too. It's good to see 2 old timers going at it, and they still have the stuff there as far as that goes. So it's one of those things that we may not see next year or the year after, because, but they're still playing and they're still engaged in the game. So my hat's off to them. Let's see. As far as the football, Sunday morning, the last game over in London, it will be between the Rams and Jaguars. And let's see, Sunday at 1:00, we got Eagles and Vikings. That should be a good game right there. Patriots and Titans at 1, Panthers and Jets, Dolphins and Browns, Saints and Bears at 1, Raiders and Chiefs at 1, Colts and Chargers. And then at 4:00, oh no, Colts and Chargers at 4:05, and then Giants and Broncos. That should be a good game. I think the Broncos, I picked the Broncos. Giants, they won their last game, but Dart, we'll be interested to see. That'll be an interesting game at 4:00. And then the rest of the 4:00 games, Packers and Cardinals. This will be a good one. Commanders and Cowboys. And then the 8:00 game will be Falcons and 49ers. I think I picked the Falcons. They're on a roll, I think. Buccaneers and Lions on Monday night. I picked the Lions on that one. And Seahawks and Texans. Who did I pick on that one? I picked who did I pick? I picked Seattle. Okay. I picked Seattle. That's who I picked. So there's our football. I do have as Captain Rehab. Are you still there? Are you still at your desk at work and stuff like that? I updated the chart. I updated the chart, and I don't know if Captain Rehab's there. Captain Rehab calling Fireman Rich calling Captain Rehab. Are you still in listening to the broadcast? He's probably in conference with his boss. He's probably telling his boss how he should work the office. I do have my second cup of coffee here. Okay, I do have the chart. We'll be presenting this also over there on Tony D's broadcast Sunday. Belt Kings Fantasy Football at 10:30. Belt Kings Fantasy Football on Sunday morning on Tony D's broadcast. Let's see, what are we doing here? We're doing the chart. No, let's get back here. The chart. Let's see. We got to bring up the chart. That goes a little bit differently. Let's see. That goes to window, and let's see. That's what we're going to share. Let's hide that, and we'll go back, and we'll bring it up. There it is. There's the chart. Let me get my camera out. We're sharing that. How come that's not? Let's see. Let me go back. There's the chart. Let's see. Let me get rid of the ribbon here. Okay. And let's see. Can I bring my camera back up? No, I can't because Tina's not. This is how we look right now. We can see. Let me bring this up on this side here. You can see CBS is first with 66 wins, and then behind is Ted. Captain Rehab is still holding third, but Brian is shooting up. He's the only one that's moving from the bottom up. He had a great week last week, 12-3, where everybody else, CBS was 9-6, along with Ted Hicks, and Captain Rehab was 7-8. Michael Bathurst, he gained a couple games. He's at 50 wins, but he had 8-7. Tony had 7-8, and I had 6-9. I didn't do that good. And Tina's moving up with 7-8. Her and me are sitting right at 500, and everybody else is above 500. But that's how we sit as far as that goes on the win losses, the 2025 win loss overall standings as far as that goes. In week 6, we're going to be going into week 7 here as far as that goes, and for NFL football action. And some teams are starting to get into the position there. And Bills, they need to come back after their bye. Full disclosure, I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, and as far as that goes, and but that's the standings right here. As far as after we're a third of the way through the season, and CBS has a commanding lead at 66 games. Ted's right behind CBS. Last year, CBS didn't do that. They were sort of middle of the road in the second half. But they're that Pete Prescott, he's doing some good picking of the games there as far as that goes. So there we go with the football as far as that goes. So let's go ahead and close all these down here. I updated that yesterday. Okay, let's see. Again, full disclosure, I have no affiliation with Fox 40, WEBO, WNBF, Channel 12, WEBO or WBNG, the Whale, WAAL radio station, Channel 34 out of Binghamton, WENY. We're looking at their webpage to show you articles that show you what it's like around here in the southern tier of upstate New York. So let's see, what do we have over on Fox 40 to begin with? Let's see. Go to Fox 40 and oh, we had some French exchange students visit the cider mill. Oh, let's see, we got to quiet that one. We don't want that. Okay, that has to play through. But we have French exchange students visit the cider mill. That's in Endicott, New York. And the cider mill is a fixture here. I've been there a number of times. They have some great cider. You can watch them make the cider. And we have the young lady there again. Let's see what this one's about. As far as that goes, I got to bring this up back in present mode. Oh, no, we don't want that. I pressed the wrong button again. Okay, here we go. There she is. There she is, right there. We'll see what this one's all about here. But the cider mill there, you can see on the picture, you got some people from France, French exchange students checking it out. So let's see what this is about.
Students in the Vestal High School French Exchange Program treated visiting students to a tour of the cider mill earlier today. The students from France had the opportunity to see how donuts and cider are made, buy some local souvenirs, and even try some of the freshly made products. The students will also have a chance to see more of the area throughout the week and attend Vestal High School. For many of the students, it's their first time visiting America, and they said they look forward to experiencing more of the culture in the coming days.
We always have a good time here, and we always come to cider mill with the kids because it's a good experience. They can discover more about American culture. They discover how you make donuts, apple cider. So we always have a good time here.
I never been in a cider mill, so it's a new experience for me, and I love it.
Okay, that's the cider mill there in Endicott, New York. It's a great place. Let's see if we get a picture of that. That's them making the donuts there. You can actually watch them as far as make the donuts and stuff. And there's the inside of the cider mill, the store itself. And there it is, the cider mill, Endicott, New York. It's you got the big skeleton out there. I got a couple neighbors that have one of those. It's like Oh, but there it is, the cider mill in Endicott, New York. 123.59. 123.59. Okay. So there we go. And it's a great place. They're open year round now. It used to be closed during the springtime and right just before the apple harvest of the apples. Well, the beginning of the harvest of the apples, they would open it up and stuff. But they're under new ownership now, so they open up a lot earlier than they have before. Okay, let's see what else we have on Fox 40 here. That was the cider mill. And I think that's about it there. Let's see something here. What do we got for time? Hour and 24 minutes. Okay. Let's see. WEBO. I don't know why this isn't coming up. Okay, let's see. On WEBO, let's see what we have for news over there. Not seeing anything. They got anything on the national news here? Let's see. Go to home. Go to national. Let's see what they got for the national. Let's see. Not seeing anything. Let's bring this up. This is on WEBO, and this is what I'm talking about as far as when I at the beginning of the broadcast, the Democrats. We're gonna throw this out here. This gives you a taste of what I do on Hello America and stuff. This came out the 16th, which was yesterday. This is on WEBO, and what it entails is how the Democrats, those people I'm not giving, the radical left, I would say it's not all Democrats, but are acting in a act of defiance for this is on WEBO. Democrats tank bipartisan. Bipartisan means both parties agree to it, but Democrats tank bipartisan bill to fund DOD. That's the Department of Defense. That's the department. Actually, it should be DOW, Department of War, in the midst of the government shutdown. So they're let's see. Is the Hello America on a different channel? No, it's right here on. Just check. I've got 3 broadcasts up for Hello America Deplorable. It's just check the past broadcasts and you'll see what I'm talking about. I think the last one we talked about, I sort of chilled it out because the last one was about Charlie Kirk, his assassination and all that, and that took a little out of me. That I just cooled my jets and stuff like that out of respect and stuff like that. But I have 3 of them. I'm looking at bringing up another one maybe tomorrow night or this weekend. And but there's 3. You can watch the replay on those. So I plan on coming back. But this is an example of what I'm talking about. I'm maybe talking about. But this is national news right now, and this article on WEBO. It's a radio station here in Owego, New York. And what it's talking about is in an act of defiance, Democrat senators are blocked a House-passed full-year funding bill for the Department of Defense. That's a separate bill, bipartisan. Democrats and Republicans have always been for the military. So here's the Democrats stonewalling because they can't get what they want with their the so-called spending additional billions of dollars, which is a lot of money, folks, on Medicare and health care for illegal immigrants. Okay, the procedural vote on one of the 12 annual appropriation bills to properly fund the government in fiscal year 2026 failed despite Republicans' leadership bringing it to the floor to remedy some of the worst effects of the ongoing shutdown. So if this bill was passed, those people in the DOD that are looking at losing their job would still be working. And it's because of the Democrats right here. Let's be specific, okay? This is specifically about the DOD. It has nothing to do about Medicare. Pass the frickin' bill. The bill would have authorized the funding of the DOD and its employers' salaries, as well as restoring pay for the military service. They had to do some magic things as far as making sure our troops get paid. But restore pay for military service members won't see their next paycheck if the shutdown drags on, and that's the 30th. That's the end of the month, or no, it's the first of the next month, 1st of December. It's the 1st and 15th. They get paid every 2 weeks. The bill would have authorized funding. Democrat leaders reason that advancing the bill would take away some of their leverage. That's what it's all about. They don't want to lose their leverage. They don't want to lose their power. That's all they care about. Do they care about you? These liberal left radical Democrats don't care about you because they care more about their leverage. They care about the leverage and shutdown negotiations. There's no negotiations past the CCR and past this bill. Senate Democrats have blocked Republicans' continuing resolution to reopen and temporarily fund the federal government 10 times. I posted the cartoon up there. I don't know if you saw that, deplorable, but it's at the beginning of the broadcast. It's also over on my X page at Fireman Rich. Demanding GOP leaders to vow to renew the expanded Obamacare primary. That's a separate entity. The Democrats, they just like piling it on to spend more money. Keep it separate. It's common sense. Senate Majority Leader John Thorne, Republican South Dakota, has already promised to bring a bill extending the subsidies to the Senate floor in exchange for voting to open the government. So they're entertaining the idea. The Republicans, they're not against it, but the Democrats want it now. They're acting like they're not working for the people in this case, but said it's impossible for him to guarantee if it will pass. Well, that's what Congress is all about. We offer to accommodate their health care demands by guaranteeing them a vote on their proposal if they vote to reopen the government. So it's not the Republicans, it's the Democrats. They're closing right here. This is one of many articles that are stating that, and people saying, oh, it's the Republicans' fault and stuff. It's bull crap. The answer was no. Thurn vented Thursday, so we thought if they don't want to fund the government via continuous resolution, we'll give them a chance to fund the government a different way by attempting to move forward with regular ordered appropriation bills. And once again, they answered no. So this DOD bill, it's an appropriation bill. It's a separate entity. But no, the Democrats want to load it out with pork, with extra money. It's leave the bill specifically for that purpose. These amendments are a bunch of crap. That's why we have a deficit. He added, if anything was needed to demonstrate just how fundamentally uninterested Democrats are in supporting our troops and defending our country, just take a look at the vote. So they don't care about the troops. They just care about their leverage. So wake up, Democrats. John Fetterman sees this. He's a Democrat. He's getting skewed by other Democrats, which I think is wrong. Senator John Fetterman, Democrat, Pennsylvania, Kathleen Cortez Masto, Democrat in Nevada, and Jenny Sheehan, Democrat of New Hampshire, were the only Democrats that voted for the bill. Those are three true Democrats. They care about the people. Schumer doesn't. He's a putz. So is Bernie Sanders, AOC, Elizabeth Warren. She's another one. Give me a effing break. They want their power. That's all they want. They could give a rat's ass about the people. And they demonstrate. You just have to open your eyes, people, and get away from that Trump derangement syndrome. Ever since Senate Democrats first blocked Republican CR on September 30th, leading to the current government shutdown, see, they're the cause. They caused the government shutdown. The U.S. economy has lost an estimated $15 billion a year. Okay, we could have used that $15 billion in the negotiations for the health care that the Democrats, they're not going to get everything. Nobody does down in Washington. Hundreds and thousands of federal workers have been furloughed and thousands more are working without pay. Why? It's because of the effing Democrats. John Fetterman, and two other Democrats voted. Why can't all they need is 5 more Democrats. 5 more Democrats step up. Okay? Um, as far as that goes. With senators now going home for the weekend, the government will remain closed for at least 20 days. The longest the U.S. government ever remained shut was 35 days. So we're working towards that. So this is an important bill. It's on my radar now, and I'm going to talk more about it on Hello America. I just got to look at the outline and stuff like that. So there we have it on WEBO. Very important article of where the real fault is. They just want to hang on to their leverage. Schumer he's and we hear about it here in New York. Schumer he's afraid of AOC. AOC, once she gets out of New York State and she's on her own, they don't care about her. She's an idiot. Okay? But she'll call me a Nazi or a fascist. Well, that's okay. I'm not buying it though. Okay, so we'll just I'm getting a little bit, but that's what you could see on Hello America. Me getting all riled up about. And let's see. Oh, Deplore, you saw the cartoon, so you see what I'm talking about. It's so anybody that's saying it's the Republicans that are shutting down the government. That cartoon, along with this article, it's the Democrats. It's Schumer. Schumer, he has never voted against a CR, a clear resolution, a clean resolution. He's never in the past. You look at it, all of a sudden now he is, because he's afraid he's going to lose being primaried. Grow a set there, Mr. Schumer. I voted for him a couple times as a Republican, okay? Because the person that ran against him was I don't know, I thought was a gangster. I don't know. I just didn't. He was good for the veterans, but he's not good right now. So, Mr. Schumer, open the government. This is Schumer's shutdown, along with the rest of the radical Democrats on the left. It's a shame what the Democratic Party has come to, as far as the majority of the people that are Democrat. They only care about themselves, and they're still getting paid. Congress people are still getting paid, folks. They should make a provision if they go on that, but they have to pass it through Congress, so they're not going to cut their own throat. That's how hypocritical the Democrats are, and even Republicans at times. Okay, they've done this before during Obama's administration and stuff, and Schumer called them out then. Well, I'm calling out Schumer now, and all you other Democrats that think it's the Republicans' fault. It's not. All the Republicans, they want to open up the government. So there we go. What else we got on WEBO? I've beaten that one to death. Yeah, that was a good cartoon, though. I like that cartoon. That's why I posted it last night there, Deplorable. So thank you for looking at that. That cartoon is on @Fireman Rich, for those that are listening on the replay. Let's see. Anything else on WEBO? That was the big one right there. Okay, let's move to WNBF. What do we have on WNBF? Not seeing anything there. Let's go to WBNG. Oh, they got another cider mill. Let's go ahead and do the cider mill one. Let's see. How long is this one? We need to silence that. Let me mute that right there and play it. 2, 1. Let's skip the ad. Okay. And let me bring this back up on the volume wise, and let's go to this. This is on WBNG channel 12. It's talking about the cider mill and give us another perspective. And I like the same article, I like showing them because they show different things as far as that goes. As far as different angles of the cider mill. So let's go ahead and see what this one's about.
Special guests from France got a taste of life in upstate New York. French exchange students visiting from the High School of Sariquier joined host students from Vestal High School for a sweet trip to the Cider Mill Playhouse. The group kicked off their morning at 9 a.m. with a behind-the-scenes tour of the cider mill, a local favorite known for its fresh donuts and apple cider. It's all part of their cultural exchange experience, giving the French students a chance to see how fall flavors come to life in New York.
In France, we don't have the same culture or the same food, and it's interesting to test this.
Throughout the day, the exchange students will not only learn how cider and donuts were made, they also got a taste of American traditions and local hospitality.
About it in textbooks. Well, they listen to American music, they watch American TV series, but I think that the real life experience that they get to live here is what will stay with them like throughout their lifetime.
The students will continue their visit throughout the week, participating in more activities with their host families and peers at Vestal High School. The fall
Okay, sorry about that. And so there's another thing on the cider mill, and Deplorable says he likes his apple cider. He likes this apple cider, but I love the. I'm not an eggnog person. I don't really care for eggnog, and as far as that goes, and um, you know, I think I've had it once or twice, and it's not my cup of tea. As far as there's Bug, that's Bug. That's one of our 5 cats there. Bug is she's the one that wakes me up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Deplorable. She just comes in. She's one of the smart ones. It's like clockwork. She comes in, meows. They want to get fed. As far as that goes, let me bring this back up here. Okay, and I thank you for retweeting that, Deplorable. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, I like bringing those political cartoons and stuff. Yeah, cute cat. Yeah, that is Bug. She's one. We had another black cat, her brother Calvin, but Calvin passed away here a year or two ago, and we miss him. He was a good cat. He was almost double the size of her. He was like a panther. He was the baby Huey of the litter and stuff like that. So we lost him. He had some complications that it was best to let him go. As far as that goes, it was in his best. As a pet owner, that's one of the hardest things you can do is you have to make the call what's in the best interest of the animal and what's not sustainable as far as that goes, and it's not in the interest of the it just puts the animal in more pain in the long run and stuff. And as humans, we want to hang on to life, but it just comes to the fact that it's just in the best interest to let go and stuff like that. So I remember him, Calvin, and Max, best dog ever. I always have to throw those two together because they like playing. Calvin loved Max when he was a kitten. They just played around with him. And there's some good fond memories with those guys, and I remember it every day when I see her. So, you good girl, huh? You looking outside? Oh, now she wants to come on my lap. You want to come down here? Come on. Okay. All right. Here you go. There's Buggy. There you go. Good girl. Okay. You sit there nicely. Okay. Don't scratch me. Okay. All right, let's see what else we have on Fox 40. And let's see. That's the cider mill. And let's see. What's this? 12 News visited 38-foot pirate ship being built. Let's see what this one's about. Newark Valley. That's here in Tioga County. Let's see what this one's about. Oh, they're putting. Oh, I know why I'm getting ads because I got my ad thing shut off. Let me get this set up here, folks. Let's get through the ad. I got to skip through the ad.
Comparing features.
Okay, 2, 1. Over 2. Ad, and we stop it right there, and we turn the volume back up. Oh shoot! What happened there? Oh, I lost channel 12. Let's see. Let's go back to channel 12 here. Hang on, folks. I got too many tabs open. Okay, skip there. Stop there. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and bring it back up. There we go. And where the hell is the tab? Oh, there's the tab. No, that's not the tab. Where's the channel 12 tab? Oh, there it is. It's right there. It's right in front of me. Right in front of me. Hang on, folks. Here we go. Let's bring this up and we'll listen. A 38-foot pirate ship being built in Newark Valley. And that's north of here. It's about a 15-minute drive up to Newark Valley where I'm at here in Tioga County. So let's go ahead and see what this one's all about. Bring that up.
Weeks until Halloween.
Oh, let's see. Did we unmute it? Okay, now it's unmuted. Okay, let's bring this back. And here we go.
Just over 2 weeks until Halloween, one household in Tioga County is already prepared to be a local favorite location for this holiday. 12 News' Daniel Curran joins us from Starboard with how one Tioga County project is taking the community by storm. Daniel.
Ahoy, Atria! We are here on the 7 seas of Newark Valley, where one family is raising the Jolly Roger to get into the Halloween spirit. Nathan Sessions and his mateys on Main Street in Newark Valley have been hard at work preparing for this Halloween. The family constructed a pirate ship in their front yard, complete with a captain's deck, a sail, and a treasure chest, which will soon be filled with candy. Sessions says this is an extension of the theme his yard has always displayed in October.
I think what initially started it is in the front yard when we moved here, we had this little thing called the island, with a little spot up front here. And Karen goes, well, let's just use that and make it like pirates have landed on it. So that's how it started, the pirate theme and the skeletons.
The ship sits 38 feet long and as much as 6 feet wide at the center. After over a month of work, the boat is ready to be a hotspot for trick-or-treaters.
Well, first it was originally only going to be about half the length. And when I got to half the length, I just thought it looked a little odd that it needed to be longer. And my goal is to have lots of kids come and get candy.
The scallywags at the Sessions household will not be ordered to walk the plank, as they've received their 3 cheers from the community.
I bowl, and the people at the bowling lanes liked it. A lot of people come up to me and say, hey, wow, that's really impressive. And I didn't do it for that reason, but it's kind of nice to get recognized. And I've gotten, I think, 100 and some comments on Facebook in the Newark Valley group, people that like it.
It's been all hands on deck to put this ship together, something that Nathan sees as a yearly tradition in the family.
My favorite part of the family working on it together, doing fun things makes life worth living. And I think a lot of it is, the family got into it some, and the community got into it, and it makes you feel good about yourself that you've done something that make people happy.
Now, Sessions says there is still work to be done on the boat. He hopes to add cannons to the side and even a kraken in the future. Here on the Ocean Blue, Daniel Curran, 12 News.
So there we have it, a pirate ship as far as up there in Newark.
And I've gotten some comments on
Newark Valley. Let me see if I can bring it up here. Oh, there it is.
Length of
hotspot, 8 feet long, and
there it is. There's the pirate ship out in front of his house. So he's really into the Halloween bit there, folks. And so that's a good story. Been doing it for a number of years. It's just doesn't want the recognition, but he's having fun, and the family gets involved in making it. That's even better. Get the family going and stuff. So, okay, so that's about a pirate ship. I think that's it for WBNG. Okay, let's see. WAAL, the whale. We had there was a passing last night of someone that I got to post. I got to put this up on X there too, as far as after the broadcast. And I'm going to just go ahead and let's see, what do we got here? Let's see. Let me bring this up here on the Whale, WAAL. It's a radio station, classic rock station. And let me bring this up. And do you know who this guy is? This individual passed away. Original Kiss lead guitarist Ace Frehley passed away at age 74. Original Kiss lead guitar Ace Frehley has died at age 74 after injuries suffered from a fall in the home. And yes, I agree, deplorable. Rest in peace. Early this month, he had to cancel his remaining 225 tour dates, citing unspecified ongoing medical issues relating to the accident. Earlier, this is yesterday, it was reported he had suffered brain bleeding and was on life support. We're completely devastated and heartbroken, read a statement from his family. In his last moment, we were fortunate enough to have been able to surround him with love, caring, peaceful words, thoughts, prayers, and intentions as he left this earth. We cherish all of his finest memories, his laughter and celebration, his strength and kindness that he bestowed upon us. The magnitude of his passing is an epic proportions and beyond comprehension, reflecting on all his incredible life achievements. Ace memory will continue to live forever, and it will live forever. Um, he rose to stardom with Kiss, best known for as Spaceman. He was Spaceman with the characters of Kiss, of the massive popular face painting wearer of the 70s rock group. He's unique and self-talented playing style inspired many future guitar heroes. His love of early pioneers such as Jimi Hendrix and Jimmy Page ensured that Kiss kept at least 1 foot solidly planted in the hard rock roots, even as the band became a mainstream merchandise machine and branched out into pop and disco near the end of the decade. Paul Daniel Fairley was born into a musical family on April 27th, 1951, down in New York City. The Ace nickname came from his high school success as at scoring dates. Okay, he was a ladies' guy. He began playing the guitar at age 13, and 8 years later answered a classified ad posted by Paul Stanley, who together with Gene Simmons and Peter Kress, looked for a lead guitar with flash and ability. So God bless you, Ace, and Godspeed. This came out last night, as far as that goes, and we'll remember him through the music of Kiss, one of my favorite groups. So I almost had a chance to meet these guys back when I was in high school. They would build their stages down there in Newburgh at Stewart Field, an old Air Force base that they were trying to change into commercial. But there was a company that built their stages for Kiss, all the pop and gloomer. And I knew someone that worked there. And there was one time I could have got there on a rehearsal of Kiss before they disassembled the stage and brought it down to Madison Square Garden, and I just blew it off. I regret. That's one of the things I regret. I had a chance to personally meet Kiss, but they're a great group. They're solid, and we say God bless to Ace. And again, deplorable. I agree. Rest in peace, Ace. So yeah, that 74. You just got to be careful. He fell, I guess. Those complications of him falling. Okay, let's see. What else do we have on the wheel? I think that's the big thing right there. We don't usually get too much, but I think WKGB has an article too, but we won't read that. But most of the rock channels are probably honoring him by playing his songs. Okay, channel 34. What do we got on channel 34? Haunted Building. The Bundy House. What's the Bundy House? Let's see what this is on Channel 34. Oh, this is a guy. He went and did the Roberson on Wednesday. We looked at the Roberson. This is the Bundy House. We'll entertain this. We'll look at this one as far as it is Halloween. So let's go ahead and see what this one's about. This is on Channel 34. And let's see what this one's about here.
Welcome to the Bundy Museum on Binghamton's West Side as we continue our tour of Haunted Binghamton. This building was built by Harlow and Julia Bundy. They were the owners of Bundy Manufacturing, which was an early predecessor to IBM. Now, one of the ghosts that's commonly seen here in this building, or spirit perhaps I should say, is that of Julia Bundy. Although she passed away in Pasadena, California, it's believed that her spirit returned to this home that she cherished. In 1912, Edwin Hopton and his wife Elizabeth bought the mansion. And sadly, Edwin died here in this house in 1931. It's believed that he also inhabits the house today and is often seen as a man wearing a top hat with a big mustache fitting the period. In fact, some have even seen a man with a top hat looking out a second floor window. We're up in one of the bedrooms now. Now, this house, over its years, has been a private residence, a boarding house, an office, and a printing shop. And as a result, there are multiple spirits who are believed to inhabit this house. Visitors and investigators have reported hearing disembodied children's voices, ghostly conversations, and the sound of footsteps when no one is visible. In fact, the electronic equipment brought in by Phantom Visions Paranormal often finds evidence of voices, temperature changes, and the movement of spirits. Phantom Visions Paranormal holds paranormal tours of the Bundy Museum every third Friday of the month. Now, not surprisingly, the October one is already completely booked because it is Halloween season, but you can check them out online and you can see about booking a tour in November.
Okay, so that's the Bundy House. It's a museum there in Binghamton. I've never been to there. I've heard of it. It's a gorgeous house, as you can see. He's standing in the stairwell. Look at that stained glass there, and you got the bedroom, and you look at the architecture of that building. It's a beautiful building, but it's haunted by Mr. Bundy. Oh, that is something. This is something Channel 34 is doing as far as that goes, and we'll see what happens next week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. To see if we'll keep an eye on the on this as far as the haunted house. What's this series called? The haunted house. Haunted houses of Binghamton and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Let's see, what else do we have? Not seeing anything. They got an article about Ace Farley, Kiss original leader, guitars, and founder passing away, and let's see, WENY. That's out there in out in Elmira. Let's see what. Oh, they changed their webpage. Oh, that's interesting. What do we have over there? Anything? You can watch live right now. Let's see. I'm not really seeing anything. It's a photograph. Let's see. Let's just check the actual news itself. And not really seeing anything. Okay. They did change their webpage up. That's interesting. I'll have to look at that again. Channel 18, My Twin Tiers. That's the NBC affiliate out there in Elmira. Again, no full disclosure, no affiliation with these news agencies. And I'm not really seeing anything that popping out on that. Okay, PayPal Vermo issue resolved after outage of. Okay. Nothing on the penny saver. KGB. I'm not going to talk about the article, but they're also mentioning about KISS co-founder Ace Furley dies. This is on KGB. It's a rock station in Binghamton. It's a good station. You can listen to it online. Again, no affiliation with them. I love radio. Radio. This is one of the radio stations I do listen to. It's some good rock, hard rock and stuff like that. Binghamton's rock, as far as that goes. It's a Southern tier rock, as far as that goes. So there we have it. And let's see, we have KISS 105. I'm sure they got an article about Ace. Let's see, do they? Oh, they don't. Wow, that's interesting. But nothing really pops out there. And then we go up to Buffalo on, was it 106.5? And nothing really going on there that pops out. And then on power, I had to talk. I don't want to talk about winter. I don't want to talk about winter. Let's see. I did forget. Let's see. This weekend, tomorrow at 10 a.m., Manchester City Football Club will be playing. They'll be playing against Everington in the Premier League. So we'll be watching that tomorrow with the Manchester City jersey on. In other history, I forgot to bring up the fact that it was in 1933, Albert Einstein arrived in the United States after fleeing Nazi Germany, where he was persecuted by the Nazis, the real Nazis. These Democrats that are calling other people Nazis and fascists, they could kiss my ass. Let's see, in 1979, Mother Teresa won the Nobel Peace Prize for her dedication in India's destitute population. She actually did something, just like President Trump brought peace to 7 other parties that had disagreements with each other, and also Israel and the bringing back of the hostages there from Hamas. There's peace in Gaza once again. They just have to rebuild it. It's a shithole to begin with, and it's going to be better because of that, because of Abraham, because the Arab countries around there says we don't want this crap anymore. They may not like Israel, but they still have to live alongside. Okay, but is President Trump getting a Nobel Peace Prize? No. They're going to try next week, but you know what? The Nobel Peace Prize doesn't carry any weight. Just like the left, I'm calling you out. Not buying it anymore, and I'm not debating it. I'm not going to just argue it. I'll just discuss it right here and on Hello America, which it's almost like this is a Hello America broadcast here. That's on Rumble only though. Let's see, what else do we have just to finish up the history? What do we have here? I got one more. Let's see, one more. Let's see. Let's see. We got. Let's see. It's over on AP. I forgot to do the AP history. I know some people don't like the AP. I like their setup for history and stuff. They got some cool stuff. Let's see, for October 17th. I guess when I get all riled up here on the morning coffee, I get out of sequence there. October 17th, 1989, an earthquake measuring 6.9 magnitude struck Northern California, killing 63 people and causing up to $10 billion worth of damage. Those earthquakes, they're bad. 1931, mobster Al Capone was convicted in Chicago of income invasion. He would be sentenced to 11 years in prison. So, again, Albert Einstein arrived in the United States as a refugee from Nazi, a real refugee, not a made-up refugee. Okay, you can't have every Tom, Dick, and Harry coming into the country as a refugee, folks. And let's see, in 1967, the last emperor of China passed away in Beijing at age 61. Too young. And members of the Oakland Athletics stand and stare at the Candlestick Park. Oh, I remember this earthquake. This is when the stadium shook and they canceled the game. Let's see, what else do we have? That's it. That's it for history, folks. And I think that's it for the broadcast. What are we at right now? We're at, we made it to the 2 hour mark. Oh, wow. I thought we were at 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay. Let me shut all these down here. And we're going to get our day started here and get going and see what the day brings as far as that goes. And what's this one? Oh, we don't want that up there. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're at the end of our broadcast here on the Friday morning coffee for 10.17.2025. I want to say thank you for watching. Those folks that are watching and those folks that are listening, I'll start with that first, and greatly appreciate it. We're and those people that are watching on the replay on the on all these other channels here that we have, a network of 7 channels, as I like to say. And but the people that were in the chat this morning, I'd like to say thank you very much for being here. Thank you for listening and tolerating my getting on the soapbox today. But there's a couple things that you have to just talk about it. Okay, um, you know. If I feel like I'm being called out, I'm going to call out those people too, as far as that goes. I'm not one to keep quiet, but I am older now. I'm a little more reserved as far as that goes. And when I feel there's a need to speak, I will speak my mind. I won't get in a debate. I will not get in an argument. There's no positive thing in there. I will discuss things to a certain limit to where you agree or disagree. And then it's becoming apparent that I disagree. I agree to disagree with a lot of people lately. And just leave it at that and move on. But I will state how I feel about things, and I don't have any. I'm not going to apologize for that and stuff. Neither should those people that disagree with me. You know, that's what's great about living in this country, the United States of America. Let's see. I want to say thank you to starting out of the gate, Tina, for being here, our Jersey girl, Tony D, my brother veteran, my good friend and fellow broadcaster. Thank you very much. Salute to you, my friend. Let's see, who else did we have coming in here after Tony and Tina? We had, I think it was Captain Rehab. No, it was Tim Fan40. Thank you, Tim Fan40, and good luck on finding the job there to facilitate your employment there. And thank you for dropping in on the YouTube. Greatly appreciate it. He's our resident contractor up there in Michigan. So thank you, Tim, for being here. And Captain Rehab was in the house, our friend from the city of brotherly love. Thank you very much, and for being here. And let's see, we had the Deplorable coming up on the second half there. Thank you, Deplorable. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the retweet. Thank you for the comments there. As far as that goes, you appreciate that, my friend, over on the Rumble. And thank you very much. And we have 6 people on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, nobody on YouTube. We have 5 people on Twitch. Wow, we got 5 people on Twitch. Thank you very much, Twitch. And Facebook, that's not showing up. Let's get this flag in there as we're ending. Thank you for the flag there, Deplorable. God bless America. Thank you very much, my friend. And this is a great country. We have 8 people. Let's see, on the Kick. Let's see, what do we have over on Kick? Just to finish out, just to make sure, there's usually 1 or 2 people over there. We have 1 person on Kick. Hello, Kick. And thank you for being here as far as that goes. And let's see, the Facebook. We're on the Facebook there. Tony, thank you again for the comments there on the Facebook. It's the real Fireman Rich on the Facebook Live. So that's a public Facebook that we're on as far as that goes. So I want to say thank you all those that were in the chat. Again, thank you for those that were that watch on the replay, as well as that we're watching the live but sitting back. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. And with that, that's it. And you all have a great Friday as we're starting our weekend. And I'm going to go out and take a walk. It looks like the fog is just dissipating. There's fog, but the sunny blue sky's out. So we should have a nice let's see, it's still 32 degrees Fahrenheit, though. It's still cold out. So, but I want to say thank you all. And with that, I am Rich Roberts. Rich Roberts, at Fireman Rich here on Rumble, at Fireman Rich over there on X. That's my mainstay for posting on all these social media feeds as far as that goes. I'm on a host of other places where I post at. Just Google at Fireman Rich and you'll see where they're at. And with that, you all have a great Friday and a great start to your weekend. And you all have a great one. And we're going to skate out of here on skateboard. Take care. Live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Always peace, folks. Have a great one. Thanks again, Deplorable. Have fun out there in Northwest Pennsylvania, my friend. Ciao for now.